In the great state of Montana, game wardens face a daily battle. They fight to enforce state game laws and protect our natural resources.
You don't have a fishing license, do you?
From fishing without to water rescues.
Total mayhem, Randy.
Dealing with warrants and arrests.
Get the cameras out of here!
Hey, do not start.
And sometimes just fun things.
That's too much fun.
It all happens right now.
You know what you did wrong? You're before shooting hours.
There we go. You want to go to jail, Jay?
Seeley Lake, Montana.
All right, here we go. I'm just doing some water safety. Do you have a life jacket you can hold up? I see you got something on the puppy. All right. Okay, perfect. All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks a lot. We're gonna work the Seeley Lake chain of lakes for doing water safety and some fisherman checks and making sure there's no careless and reckless activity. I've got to check on a loon today, possible lure in one of the loons, and just kind of keep it a little bit civilized out here. We're gonna check some fishermen. You guys catching any?
Right away, Warden Bill Copen spots a boat and instantly finds a problem.
I'll just come around if you can get your licenses out.
I got mine in the truck.
That's not a good spot for it.
Yeah.
How about you? You're looking kind of paralyzed.
Oh, me?
Do you have yours?
Of course I got
You don't, do you? You don't have.
I was checking, right?
You don't have one, do you?
Because I was checking, right?
I can check.
Oh, yeah, I got 100%.
No, I'm talking to him.
You can check. I do now.
I
Tell
see.
me what happened.
I see you got.
Moved over.
I'm coming. You're gonna get to tell me. 3 out of 4 people don't have a license. You guys need to figure this out.
In Region 5, Warden Paul Lupke prepares for Montana's Boat Float, an annual 3-day party on the Yellowstone River.
There's probably going to be over 200 boats, watercraft, canoes, kayaks, jet skis, jet boats, pool floats, inner tubes, you name it, homemade rafts. And they all get together and raft up and float down the river. This can be a pretty dangerous river with some pretty good Class 3 rapids that will flip boats. We've done a lot of water rescues over the years, really too many to count. A lot of alcohol being consumed, so there's gonna be a lot of drunk floaters out here. There's gonna be some water safety issues, but it should be mass mayhem, and you never know what's gonna happen.
Lupke keeps an eye on partiers as they run one of the Yellowstone's most dangerous sections.
Could be a good one.
A whitewater section with Class 3 raft. Almost immediately, one boat goes over and wardens move in.
There's one. Well, we'll have to let them run out a little bit. That's what we'll do. You guys got a jacket on? Let's go. Let's go if we're going. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. You're okay. Watch this boat going sideways.
This is a dangerous job. Officers must try and maneuver the rescue boat in fast water, and they have to get close enough to rescue stranded swimmers.
Give me your hand. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. There's a free raft right there. That's okay. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. Let it go, Randy.
Up there! Oh!
This is total mayhem, Randy. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Suddenly, one man struggles to keep his head above water. Wardens need to get to him before he goes under. Coming up, wardens try and rescue panicked boaters from the Yellowstone River.
No, this girl, Derek, this girl. All right. Hold on to her.
Seeley Lake, Montana. In Montana's Region 2, Warden Bill Copen patrols the Seeley chain of lakes. He spots a boat of anglers and checks for fishing licenses. Quickly, he realizes that the anglers are fishing illegally. This angler offers Warden Copen his excuse.
All right, so what happened? Let me hear it.
I was rafting 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Same thing with camera, a different guy. I had my license in the truck, and he's like, I believe you, but I'm still gonna check. So he gave me a warning, right?
Yeah.
He gave me a ticket for life jacket, no life jacket. But he gave me you gotta carry it with you. I went rafting again, took it with me. I lost it, that's why I don't bring it.
So you lost it. Have you replaced it yet?
No, I haven't.
So you didn't learn much.
That's what you did.
What do you got for ID on you?
In the car.
And Tony?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
What's your birthday? Right on. You're out of Missoula? Anatoly, you're good. When did you get yours? So you don't have one? How long ago? So you got it yesterday for 3 days. Where's it at? We're gonna follow you down to check that one, okay? Okay, and you, sir?
Oh yeah, I got mine.
In the car too?
Yep.
In the car. So we'll be following. What do you got for jackets? I need to see 4.
Yep.
You must have learned that lesson. There goes the Osprey.
Yeah, 45 bucks.
45 bucks, that's right. You're good. Very good, very good. All right, nothing in the live wells because you just started. How about popping that cooler for me real quick?
Why, you want one?
Beer? Yeah, I'd love one, but not today. I'm on duty. I'll have to have one tonight about midnight if I keep having to chase guys like you around. We'll follow you in. Don't try and outrun me, guys.
Only one angler offers a valid fishing license, while 2 others say they forgot their licenses back at the boat launch. Copen orders the boat back to the launch to see if their story checks out.
You haven't seen my little 4-stroke go, have you?
Meanwhile, Warden Aaron Berg patrols the Blackfoot River.
Check this rock area here. It's always got activity. We call it the party rocks here on the Blackfoot River.
He finds plenty of people on the water and Berg spots a potential problem.
Yeah, we got 3 inner tubers, all with fly rods, fishing. Doesn't look like they might have much on them.
Warden Berg makes his way down to the river to check for valid fishing licenses.
How you doing, guys? Good. Hey, I need you to pull over so I can check some fishing licenses and stuff.
It's dangerous wearing those chest waders in the river there, bud.
I know, I fell in.
Yeah. It'll make you sink. It's probably not a real smart idea, man.
The first angler produces a valid license. The others say they have current license, but not with them today.
Ivan, you don't have your license on you?
Not on me.
Okay. You do have a current one for 2012?
Yes.
You're 100% sure? Because I don't think I've checked you fishing yet this year.
Huh?
I don't think I've checked you fishing yet this year. So I mean,
How do you know my name, dude?
because I've talked to you a bunch of times.
Really?
Sure. Sometimes when a law enforcement guy knows you all too well, maybe it's not a good thing, Ivan.
Not a good thing.
Where did you buy your license at, Ivan?
Walmart.
At Walmart? Okay, you're 100% certain?
I'm 100% certain.
Have you been out fishing since?
This is actually first time fly fishing this year.
Okay.
We went bass fishing a couple times. That's about it.
Okay. How about you, man?
I forgot mine in the car, too.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Where'd you buy it?
Bob Ward.
Bob Ward's. Do you remember when you bought it?
I don't know, a couple months ago, 3 months.
Okay. What's your name? How does it appear on your driver's license? I hope you're not lying to me, because you've lied to me before. Oh yeah, a couple times.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you're the one that was up Deep Creek, right?
That was me.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the turkey deal up Miller Creek.
That was you too?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you don't got one, I just need to know now so we can take care of business.
Oh, no, I got one.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
I got one for sure.
Okay. Why don't you just sit tight down by your tube for a minute?
Bird calls in to confirm the two men actually have valid fishing license.
FD28, I copy. Go ahead.
Could I get 29s on, well, let's see, 2 Montana males, DLB 1990, 1216. And he's actually now saying he's valid out of South Carolina.
But this man's story isn't adding up.
Coming back 211, I don't file out of South Carolina.
Do you have a driver's license in South Carolina? You've never had a driver's license?
So we all good?
No. I have to be able to identify him. You don't have a fishing license, do you?
Seeley Lake, Montana. On Salmon Lake, Warden Bill Copen stopped to check anglers for valid fishing licenses. 2 of the men say they forgot their licenses back at the launch. A third says he lost his. Copen wants to follow the men back to their truck to see if they're telling the truth or fishing illegally. The men come back with their paperwork.
Did you get everything except for you? Me? No, you're good. You're the only good one in the bunch. The rest of them, I don't know. So you got 2012 conservation and fishing, and you're out of Missoula still?
Yep.
What's your birth date?
12/03/78.
Perfect. And we got, you're out of Minnesota. All right. So you didn't catch anything up there?
Yeah.
And how many times you throw? 3.
3 or 4.
Yeah. Where's your reel? What reel did you use? Hand that to me, will you?
I think he doesn't even know.
Huh?
I think he doesn't even know.
What doesn't he know?
You're making them nervous. Slow down.
Okay. All right, hand me that. Not in the face, though.
Oh.
That's a nice bait. That's a good bait to use. Okay, so
That's what they use in Minnesota, I guess.
this is what you used. Okay. All right. What was the date? 18th?
18 August 18th.
This is a 2-day license. So 14th and 15th. So 16th, 17th, 18th. You've been fishing without a license. We do cite that for fishing without. So you'll have that. But now that's the bad part. You're gonna have to post bond with me since you're from Minnesota. It's a $135 bond. Yeah, and you, I haven't even dealt with yet.
Turns out the visiting angler from Minnesota has been fishing without a legal license. Since he's here from out of state, he'll have to post a $135 bond before he can leave Montana. The third angler has no license and keeps trying to argue his case.
Sergey, you're gonna get a ticket. And you're gonna have to go to court and explain it to the judge since you already had a warning for not having it. I can't let you go with 2 warnings. And you're definitely getting a ticket for no license.
So I didn't get a warning.
You did the first time. No, you should never lie because that's obstruction of justice, and you know that.
Give me a warning.
No, then I would definitely cite you for obstruction of justice.
Take chances.
I'm not taking any more chances with you, Sergey. When are you going to Minnesota? When are you going? Tomorrow you're leaving, so it's going to be tough. You have to post bond of $135 or else. Oh no! Now you guys can pony up for him, or you can write a check, which is local and current.
It's all about money. In America, it's all money.
No, hey, Sergey, it's not about money. Or you've already gotten a warning.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are Nikolai.
Oh, but don't you think he should?
Nikolai, it's not about money.
Don't you think
You guys need to get this squared away, and this is going to make you get it squared away. Now, you said you had a 3-day and you were good. You weren't. No. So you're definitely. And you'll be fine if you have one. That's it. I don't want to hear any more discussion. Okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So we're just going to do this, and you guys will be set.
Back fishing.
And what's that?
Back fishing. They'll be back fishing.
You'll be back fishing. You won't, and you won't. But you will, and you will.
Yeah. What's gonna happen with my rod?
I don't know. I don't know. It can be confiscated. You can lose it.
It's an expensive rod.
Are you going to be able to post this?
Yeah.
Okay, then you will get the rod back. I don't take equipment unless I have to.
I got a check too.
Ooh, I do like ugly sticks though. Those are like my favorite. But no, I don't take equipment if I don't have to. My number's 26. Work as a game warden out of Seeley Lake. Been there 17 years. Bill Copen's the name. All right, we're talking Salmon Lake here. We're talking the fishing without. Okay, so the bond's $135.
He's got an idea.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. 135, and I'm putting here paid cash. That's your receipt. All right, one down, one to go. I'm giving you till the 28th, Nikolai, right?
Absolutely.
Say that pretty good, don't I? I'm Irish, and I do that well.
If only you'd been nicer, it'd be all good.
Hey, I've been really nice, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, mediocre.
Mediocre.
No, a little bit.
I mean, $135 you gotta give him for expired 2 days license. That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, well.
I mean, if you think about it, in reality,
And nobody lied. Not even one person.
You know, I don't know.
And the thing is, there's no lie. Nobody lied about out of 4.
No, you guys were good that way.
I mean,
I'm giving you that. You guys do a good job that way.
$135,
But that's what.
and especially he's out
by
of
the
town,
way,
and he's got
let
a
me
current
tell you
license
something.
in his state.
Hey, you guys are getting wound up?
This angler decides he'd rather go to court than pay the bond. So Copen writes the second ticket and sends the men on their way.
All right, what was the question, Nikolai? Let me have it. It's a $135 bond.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna pay.
You don't have to. You're going to court, you said.
Oh yeah.
I put down I did not receive it. Now, if you guys... Oh, man, now see what you made me do? I didn't even put my hardcover under that, and now that one's going to have your name on it. You got to have 2 now. I have to give you 2.
Hey, I think I seen this guy when we ate at that place. Steve, remember?
Oh, at the coop? The chicken coop.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I'm wondering. Where did I see him?
How come you guys didn't offer to buy my chicken?
I know people.
Okay, another question for you, sir. Where's the fish at? Where are they biting?
Oh, well, you got to go get a
fish
license
anyway.
before you check that out, buddy. Up there by the weeds. If you hit those weeds with those crankbaits you had, be in the deep water. Hit right at the edge and reel out. They'll come out. You're from Minnesota, man. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
I mean, I just don't know this pond. You know, it's kind of,
This pond, now come on. You're offending me calling this a pond.
That's a lake.
It's a lake. You're in Montana now, buddy. All right, you guys.
thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
No.
Thank you for what? Are you kidding me?
Don't thank me.
He's doing his job.
Yeah, that's what I
He had
like.
harvest for a half
Yeah,
an hour.
Nikolai, you gotta listen to them a little. That's what you need. Just doing my job.
If I see you drop by, I ain't even gonna wait.
You're not gonna buy my chicken at the coop?
I might.
All right.
Bill, who's gonna buy you?
No, I said Nikolai is.
I might.
That's too much fun.
Coming up, a strange man lurking in the woods near Missoula has Warden Kyle Miller on edge. Missoula County, Montana. On Montana's Blackfoot River, Game Warden Aaron Berg questions 3 men after stopping them to check for fishing license.
When did you move here from South Carolina?
This man says he owns a license but doesn't have it along. Warden Berg suspects the man may be lying.
So how long have you been on vacation?
For like a week.
So you didn't buy a fishing license then?
Down there, yeah.
You told me you bought it a couple months ago
Yeah, down there.
in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You bought a Montana fishing license.
Not a Montana one.
You need to have a Montana fishing license to be fishing in Montana.
I didn't know that.
Without a driver's license or a fishing license, the warden cannot properly identify the man.
If I can't ID you, you go to jail, by the way. Yeah. So you're gonna need to cough it up or you're going to jail. And that's the bottom line. Is it somewhere in a building or in a vehicle here in Montana? Your wallet,
Yeah.
where's it at?
At home.
Which home?
Like, in his home.
At Sergey's? Okay. Well, I may be giving you a ride there so I can see it. That or you go to jail, one or the other. What's it gonna be?
While Warden Berg tries to get a straight story, wardens on the Yellowstone River keep an eye on the partiers at the 49th annual Montana Boat Float. Several boats have flipped in dangerous rapids, and wardens try and help people overwhelmed by the fast and cold water. Wardens run into all kinds of people during the float.
This ain't the same camera guy as last year. I'm camera phobic. How you going down there?
River Rat Dave. He's very camera phobic, as you can
aren't
plainly
the same
see.
cameraman. That's not even a camera, is it? I drank a lot of water last year.
With the sheer number of people on the water, the wardens worry it's a matter of time before someone gets hurt.
There they go. Okay. This is a decent spot right here after this boat. I guess mass pandemonium would be the best word for it. I don't know how many boats we had flipped over, but a lot.
That was the most people I've ever seen on a boat float.
Equipment is lost, paddles and oars and life jackets and stuff. We try to get what we can, but you know, our primary concern is the people. Pull them in, get them to shore as fast as possible, then we get back out and get the next folks. Watch that girl, she's struggling.
Wardens watch her flip and get to her quickly.
No, this girl, Derek, this girl. Hold on to her. We're gonna take some evasive maneuvers here. Okay, let's get her in. Give me your hand. Look, we're gonna pull you back here a little bit so you don't catch your knee on that. You're okay, you're in a boat. Yeah. Just go ahead and sit right back here for me, okay? And we're gonna get you over to shore really quick. All right, let's get him back here.
Beyond this Class 3 rapid, the remainder of the float is pretty mellow. The responsibility now shifts to mainly party patrol.
I'm pretty sure we're done, at least for this segment of it. And then now essentially we're gonna go down river and just kind of babysit the fleet and just make sure they stay out of trouble and nobody gets injured.
Alcohol consumption is legal on the river, but wardens worry that someone could drown mixing alcohol with the dangerous river.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Just hammered drunk.
Over on Flathead Lake, Game Wardens Nate Reiner and Parks Warden Brian Schwartz keep an eye on boaters.
How's it going?
Hi.
How's it going? Like having a little fun?
Hi there.
Hi. Can everyone just grab a life jacket so I make sure that everyone's got a life jacket?
Sure thing. 3, and there's some here. Yep. That's 5. 3.
5? Okay. Yeah.
And 2 floaties.
You said a floaty. Where's the floaty?
There's a floaty in
Are you
the
talking
back.
about the throwable one?
Yeah.
The square one?
Yeah,
Can you
Megan?
show it to me real quick?
Yeah, I have one. Maybe this is known as something.
There you go.
Okay.
The wardens start by checking for enough life vests. They notice another problem.
The only thing that I noticed when I came up was, I think the sticker on the front.
It's green.
The sticker expired this winter. Okay, so I'll just write a written warning for your dad then.
Sure.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can just take it home and show it to him, and then you can get it done. So.
Who's driving today? You not drinking?
Nope. 1 beer.
1 beer? That's what they all say.
Well, they do. But I'm serious.
You're serious. You're serious.
Only sure.
Stay at the 1 beer
I will.
until you put the boat on.
Until we get back to the fire,
Yep,
and then
and then
we'll
you-
just party it
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
Okay, so your information's at the top there.
Yep.
On the bottom, it just cited you for not having a proper validation decal. Just tell your dad that he can stop by the Fish and Wildlife Parks office in Kalispell. He can call
And
him.
those are 3 years.
Yep, and it won't cost him anything additional. He just needs to contact him.
Just deal with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
All right, well, you-
Take care.
Yeah, I do.
Wardens write a warning for the expired registration and continue to check other boaters. Coming up,
Cameras out of here.
Hey, do not start.
wardens encounter a rather irritated recreationalist with an arrest warrant.
Okay, listen.
You're watching Wardens on the Outdoor Channel! Woo! Yeah!
Today, it's been total chaos in Region 5 at the 49th Annual Boat Float.
Oh, there we go. That's a problem. There's one. Total mayhem, Randy. 1, 2, 3.
At Sealy Lake, it's been tickets and cash.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. 135, and I'm putting here paid cash.
And now in Region 2, Warden Miller arrives to assist on a stop along the Blackfoot River.
We rolled up on Warden Singletary's truck here. And, he had contacted the group that were floating the Blackfoot on the raft, and they were short on PFDs.
Warden Justin Singletary walks one of the ladies up to his truck to write a ticket for having no life vest. After running her information, wardens discover she's wanted on an outstanding warrant.
And you're going to need to be honest with us, okay? All right. With that? Okay. All right. What I want you to do is just hang out with this officer real quick, okay?
This woman failed to appear in court for theft charges.
I hate to do this to you, okay? But you have a $2,500 warrant for you. Okay, so can you turn around and put your hands behind your back?
Wardens have no choice but to cuff her and take her to jail.
Absolutely.
In a minute here, let's...
What's gonna happen?
I'm just gonna take you into jail, and then we can take care of it from there, okay?
I'm also 10 weeks pregnant.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for telling us that.
Do you have any clothes down there or anything?
I think I have some shorts and a shirt, but they're probably soaking wet.
Okay.
Do you want to put them on? Yeah. Okay.
What's your boyfriend's name? Okay.
Warden Singletary stays with the woman while Miller issues a warning ticket to one man who was fishing but not carrying his license. He also tracks down the woman's boyfriend.
Right here, buddy.
Okay. Got your written warning.
Okay.
For not showing your fishing license. You do have one though?
Everything checked out good?
You do it? I'm asking you, do you have one?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Of course
Good
I do.
deal. We just don't have cell phone coverage to run it.
Right.
Which one's your okay? Does your girlfriend have some clothes down here? She said she may have some shorts and...
Why?
Does she have any clothes down here? She said she may have some... Can you grab them for me?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Okay, I want you to grab them for me. Okay, your girlfriend's going to jail today.
Why?
Because she's got a warrant.
For what?
For theft. Okay?
From where?
From city of Missoula.
I doubt it.
Okay, here's the deal. She wanted to talk to you, so I'm gonna bring you up there and you guys could talk for a minute.
Okay.
And then we gotta take her with us, okay? Hang on, hey, hang on.
Sorry, I wanna know.
Okay, you're gonna follow by my rules though, okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna go up there and you're gonna talk to her. We're being nice enough to do that, but you're gonna follow by my rules, okay?
You got the wrong person. Got in trouble for getting a ticket in my gym anyway, where I met you. And why are you recording this? Yeah, get the cameras out of here.
Hey, do not start.
No, you're gonna turn this into a bad situation for yourself. You understand?
It's just embarrassing.
Okay,
man.
listen.
Sorry.
Here.
Wardens calm the man down and figure out their next step.
As soon as you guys get off the river, probably head there and try to figure out what's going on. Okay? All right.
Sorry, just that one.
I understand. Just ignore it.
Okay, I love
These
you.
guys squared away down here, Justin? Can they be released? Hey Ben, they're free to go.
Straight ahead.
You've had too much to drink. You drove all the way from Wild Horse Island with your 12-year-old son.
Wardens make a critical stop after dark. On Montana's Blackfoot River, Warden Aaron Berg questions an angler caught fishing without a license. He won't give Berg his name.
All right, well, do you guys want to take his inner tube and float on down? He's going to come with us. Yeah, man. I can't identify you. No, you're getting a citation for fishing without license. And we're going up and taking care of that right now. And if I can't identify you, you go to jail. So let's go, march, okay? It's time. You guys go. You can bring your fishing rod with you. Do you know your address and everything?
I'll be honest with you, that's not my name.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, well, now you're gonna go to jail for obstruction then. So why do you gotta be like that?
I don't mean to be.
Okay.
I just didn't want to deal with the whole license and
Okay, so what's your name? So you guys are brothers? Hey man, a fish without a license citation, you go take care of it. All right? But if I can't ID you and you're lying to me about all this, you go to jail. You understand that? I mean, there's just no point in messing around, right? Okay, all right, we'll come up to the truck so we can finish up, okay? Truck's right up here, my friend.
Wardenberg finally convinces the man to give him his real name and escorts him to the truck.
I want you to stand right here. So these three young guys, one of them was fishing without a license and he tried lying to me. I already knew.
Turns out he's seen these men before.
Goes into the combined court of Justice John Odlin and Karen Orzik. You've given me as all this information being correct. If it turns out not to be correct, okay, that's an obstruction charge. Okay. You understand? Because you've already been lying to me, all right? I'm not gonna take it again. Okay. I'm gonna just let it slide this time.
All right, thanks.
Okay? Because I'm generally pretty cool with people, all right? Until they start messing around, all right?
Okay. Yeah.
Violation fish without valid license. That's the state statute 876301, subsection 1A. If you do not take care of it by the 23rd day of July, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and I will come find you.
All right.
Wardenberg writes a ticket for fishing without a license and warns the man he might want to get his story straight next time.
Concocted that story? Well, it was a good one. Yeah, you said it pretty straight-faced. You did pretty good. But just don't do it again, okay?
All right. Okay.
All right, man?
Yep, thanks.
You want a plastic bag for that so it doesn't get all wet?
I don't really need it though, right? I'll just go down there.
Okay. You guys be safe, all right? Without fishing license. Go have fun. We've dealt with two of those young guys. One of them I've dealt with, he ran from me in the woods one night at a little young kegger party, and I kind of knew something was up when the kid started lying to me, but he came clean and told me his name, and we got him handled for the fishing without a license violation, so it all worked out. They were actually pretty good about it.
Wardenberg stops just downriver to check more anglers.
Hey guys, good. Do you have any luck?
The young fishermen have stumbled on a snake.
No, but there's a snake eating a sculpin.
A what?
A snake eating a sculpin right down there.
No way.
Yeah, it's sweet. You should come check it out.
A sculpin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Is it a garter snake?
No.
Or a bull snake?
It might be a bull snake.
Kind of looks rattlerish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a water snake. I'll be darned. That's pretty cool, man. That is neat, isn't it? Look at him, he can barely get his mouth around it. Is that a sculpin or a frog? Yeah, I think you're right. It is a sculpin. Man, you don't see that every day.
Turns out the young angler hopes to follow in Wardenberg's steps.
Are you still in school then, or in the?
I'm going back. I've been doing field work for the last year and a half now.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Because weren't you trying to be a game warden or whatever?
I was.
Yeah.
At one point.
Uh-huh.
So.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, good. That's a good deal. You got your license on you? Just take a quick peek. Looks good, Tucker. Thanks, bud.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man. That's definitely a water snake. Yep. Sorry. Well, I'll let you go, man.
Yeah,
it's hot.
follow you.
I need to get back to the air conditioning. I'll see you guys later, man.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah, hey, good luck in school, Tucker.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay, bud.
Still ahead.
Got a guy that came buzzing up.
Wardens stop a suspected drunk boater.
All kinds of signs of impairment.
In Montana's Region 2 near Missoula, Warden Kyle Miller stops to check a suspicious person in the woods.
Come down here to check on that beaver?
Well, I came down here to see why you dropped the aluminum can.
I'm picking them up.
Okay.
That's what I come down here for. I have fun.
Okay. Why'd you just drop that one behind the bushes, sir?
Oh, come here, young man.
Is that your little stash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Very good.
Yeah.
You camping out down here?
No.
Is this your stuff here?
No, it was, I pick it up. People come down here, they're drunk, whatever. They camp out, they leave this stuff here, I pick it up, give it to somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I watch these people.
Yeah.
I care about people.
Uh-huh.
Now, you're fishing game?
Yep.
Now, here, I hope you really hear me.
Okay.
Warden Miller takes time to listen to the man's story and his obvious obsession with Montana's beaver population.
You know what? You've got to talk to somebody about the overabundance of beavers. Because the beavers, I just saw the biggest beaver I ever saw in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that beautiful osprey.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's why I come down here.
This is natural habitat for beaver.
Well, I'm not against beavers.
Oh, okay.
But the bottom line is that we got too many beavers.
Okay. Well,
anyway, I love what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you stay safe, okay?
All right, you guys.
Thanks for picking up the cans.
On Seeley Lake, Warden Bill Copen patrols one of the busiest days of summer.
Putting in a presence is a big thing, and keep people kind of squared up with the careless and reckless operation. These lakes up here in Seeley, Montana get pretty crowded. We're getting more and more every year, so it's a good thing for us to be out there.
Warden Copen responds to a report of a loon that might be hooked by a fishing lure.
Have you guys seen the loons around at all?
While trying to track down the wounded bird, the warden runs into these guys.
How you guys doing? You're not catching anything? No. Have you seen the loons?
No.
Not at all, okay. I suppose there's like a daredevil in one of them, was. Just like that one. What are you guys using for jackets?
I'm sitting on one.
What is that?
It's a for fishing.
You know those aren't legal anymore?
They're not?
Yeah, that's like a collector item there. Well, never mind. Don't get up. I don't want you to fall in.
It has a nice quilted blanket in it.
Yeah, there you go. It is luggage.
Samsonite.
Do you have your licenses?
After the first time you taught me, I'd never go without a license. Just telling him that story today about you getting me down on Clearwater. I defended you.
He was saying I was a bad guy?
He was saying you were one of the finest state wardens ever.
That's right. And now you're out with your luggage. So I didn't teach you much. You got a little water in this.
This is a freebie from Bill O'Brien.
Well, for a freebie, I guess it's okay.
After checking for fishing licenses and life vests, Warden Copen agrees to tow the men and their leaky boat back to shore.
Yeah, it looks like there might be more than one. So just warnings today. It's just got to be the Coast Guard approved. All right, guys. See you later.
Then,
there it is right there. There it is.
He spots the loon. On Montana's Seeley chain of lakes, Game Warden Bill Copen received a complaint of a loon stuck with a fishing lure.
There it is right there. There it is.
The warden spots the bird in a quiet bay.
Yeah, there's the band. No fish lure in that one. Yeah, I got a call on the loons, and it was that the adult loon had a lure, a red and white daredevil, hook into its wing or leg, and it couldn't dive or get around very good. And I'm out here with them now, and we checked them, and they're good to go. There is bands on them, and one of the bands is actually a red and white one. The other one's a lime green and a darker green, and they're both swimming and diving great. A little bit of wildlife work when we're out here.
It's after dark, and Warden Nate Reiner patrols Montana's Flathead Lake.
Hello.
Howdy.
Can you cut the motor, please? We'll pull up alongside you.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened with the lights.
The warden stops a boat running without lights.
You lost your lights, huh?
Yeah. They were working last time we were out. Not working now.
Yeah. When was the last time you were out?
Oh, last year.
Ah.
I know it's dangerous, but
yeah.
That's kind of what I'm trying to just get off the water.
After talking to the driver for just a few moments, Wardens suspect broken lights aren't his only problem.
How much have you had to drink today?
Not a lot.
You're kind of acting like you drank a little more than you should have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is then do a little test on your eyes to see if you're okay to drive. All right.
All right.
All right. You see the tip of the pin up here?
Yep.
All right. What I want you to do is just follow the tip of the pin with your eyes, and don't move your head. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay. Oop! I moved the pin. See it over here? There you go. All right. Yeah, you've had too much to drink there, sir. All right. What I'm gonna do is ask you to take a breath test. All right. So we can know for sure how much.
Well, what's the bottom line on that if I've had too much to drink?
You could be charged with boating under the influence. You understand?
Well, I'm not sure I want to do that. I mean, I'm right there. I'm gonna go tie up.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll help you tie up. Yeah, we'll make sure you get there. So we're not going to let you drive either way, but you've had too much to drink. You drove all the way from Wild Horse Island with your 12-year-old son at night without lights. That seem very safe to you?
Well, it wasn't night all the way.
Okay.
Can't you just let me tie up? Go
Well,
home.
Well, the problem is I
Call
can't
it a night.
I can't let you drive with your son in the boat, especially through this channel here, as goofy as it is right now with this
Well, it's a little goofy.
with
I
you
mean,
under the influence.
If one of you guys want to drive it on in, that'd be great with me. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Now here, I'm gonna make a phone call here.
Warden Reiner calls his captain to figure out exactly how to handle the situation.
Lee says that the only option we have is to drive one of us to drive his boat up through there.
Okay.
One of us is gonna, with your permission, is gonna drive your boat up through there. Okay. Up to your slot.
Oh, okay.
We are gonna write you a ticket. I mean, you drove from Wild Horse Island to here without any lights, and we saw you drive. You were going at a high rate of speed by Wayfair State Park, and so we're gonna write you.
First time that I gave it any gas, but yeah, all right.
We're gonna write you a reckless operation of a watercraft. We're not gonna write you boating under the influence, though.
Well,
You understand that?
Well, I appreciate that.
So you'll appear before the judge. If there's for some reason that you can't make that, or you want to talk to him ahead of time, I wrote the phone number at the bottom there. Okay. So right now I think it's 185.
Oh,
okay.
what?
The bond amount, that's what the judges agree on for stuff like this.
185 bucks?
It's still up to the judge though. So that's what you can talk to him about. But
I
if
have a little bit left to fix my lights.
But if you don't get it taken care of, then it could, they in that 2 weeks, then they issue a warrant. So, okay. All right.
You don't have a cigarette lighter?
No, we don't.
Oh shoot.
A reckless driving ticket is issued, and Warden Reiner drives the boat to his dock, as he is definitely in no condition to safely operate the boat.
You need to get your life jacket on. Is it this next one or the second one?
All right.
All right. You have a good night.
17467.
Hey, just so I don't end up not complying here, I don't even think I got a copy. Or do I need
Yeah,
one?
he gave you a
The
copy.
pink copy, yep.
Is there one on there?
He handed it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I gave you back your driver's license, and then I gave you the pink copy. You folded it up.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
This morning we're going to meet up with Lee Burrows. We're going to put out an elk decoy. Can't guarantee what will or won't happen, but this is the first snow we've had, and this is the first cold weather we've had this hunting season. So there's no doubt there'll be people out today, this weekend. And specifically, the cold weather brings people out, but they also don't want to get out of the truck. So there'll be a lot of road hunters today, I'm sure.
It's 5 a.m., and Warden Kevin Holland is already on the road. He fights heavy snow to meet another warden for an early season elk poaching sting.
vehicle tracks right in there, and then we'll only have one set going in and one set coming out.
10-4, I'll just follow you in.
There's an old cellar hole here somewhere. I don't want to fall into it.
Great. Well, I'll definitely stay in your tracks now. Morning, Lee. Where this elk is setting is on what we call block management land. It's land that's open to the public to hunt. The landowner gets reimbursed for each hunter that comes out here. They need to have permission to hunt on block management. What we're going to be checking for today is, do they have permission to be in the land? Are they shooting from the county road? Do they have the proper license? It's interesting, when you put out an elk, people who are good ethical hunters, when it comes to elk hunting, it seems like lots of times they just start doing weird things. Is this going to be a cow today, or is it going to be a bull? Maybe a cow today. There it is. Here's the before picture.
The Wardens cover their tracks and stake out behind a nearby barn.
Yeah, it's moving.
Almost immediately, a truck stops and the driver does the unexpected. "250 miles west, in Region 4 near Cascade, Warden Brian Goley responds to his first call of the day.
We got called by a landowner. There's apparently two guys gutting a deer on the hillside on land that they don't have permission, so we'll find out what it is, see what they're up to, and check them out.
The hunters appear to be surprised by the warden's visit.
Hi, guys. Well, I see a deer on the road. That must be your guys's. All right. Did you guys talk to the landowner here? Somebody called me and said that there was a deer across from, it must be Frank's house.
The hunters say they shot the deer on the neighboring property where they had permission to hunt. After dragging the animal off the hillside, the men realized they'd walked off the property.
We truly admit that we dropped down and it's got that irrigation ditch here.
Yeah.
It's about the best place to toss it over.
Okay.
And we can sure go.
Well, I'll go find out.
Yeah.
Let me call the guy and make sure it's okay, okay?
Yeah.
The warden isn't sure the men's story is adding up. He asked the landowner's ranch hand to come out to the scene.
How are you?
Doing okay.
These guys said they killed it up here and drug it through his land.
Huh, my guide's sitting right up there and he watched him gutting it out up there unless there's somebody else up there.
Is there somebody else up here?
There's a whole bunch of people shooting over there. But you can go look at our gut pile. We're on Mike Bays, and we made a mistake dragging it down, and we misjudged the corner here. But
does that make sense as far as the property boundary? All right, so these aren't the guys.
Sorry.
After talking, the warden realizes these aren't the hunters he's after.
We saw a guy walking on Thomson's over here.
Okay, then they're still up there then.
Okay.
When 5 minutes ago they were.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
No problem. We'll see you later.
I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Yeah.
So, where do you think they're at then? See that?
They're right up there in that drainage right there. The 2-track road going right by that snow fence. You just keep following, it takes you right into that drainage.
Well, we need to do that then. Let's go over there and park.
Sounds good.
Weird. Thought that was going to be easy to figure that one out. We're going to continue on. Where would these guys come from? Are you sure it's not these guys?
What's that?
Are you sure it's not these guys?
I'm not sure. I just rolled in from Helena, and dude told me that they were still there. They're just finishing gutting it out. I wish I did. I forgot my dadgum phone.
Let's just go have a look. You just drive me up there, and I'll just ride on the back. You're gonna have to wait, camera guy. Here, let somebody get over here like this. That way I can jump on.
Wardens is brought to you in part by Glock, confidence to live your life.
Cascade, Montana. State Game Warden Brian Goley tries to track down 2 reported trespassers.
Drag marks are going which direction? Downhill toward the road. Huh. Well, Brian got here just in time to catch the guys when they got back to the truck. They said they shot it on that. They had a deer, dragging a deer down. They kind of coming from the wrong directions though for that. You can walk us right to the gut pile? Where are you at?
Witnesses say they watched hunters drag a dead deer off private property. After responding, the warden interviewed 2 hunters and eventually let them go. Finding no other evidence, Goalie wonders if the men might have been the culprits.
Maybe while I'm waiting for these guys, I'm gonna run down and look at the sign-in box.
Okay.
Something's up. But I don't know what. A nice little ride. I've always wanted to go up there. That's what I love about this, is being a game when eventually I get to see everything. You know, like I always wanted to go up on that hill. Well, eventually something's gonna happen and I'm gonna need to go up there.
The warden suspects this story isn't adding up. He decides to check the sign-in box on a nearby piece of block management.
All fun and games till you lose the hunter. Hello? Yes? Okay, I'm coming back. I'll be right there.
Next, Goalie tracks down the guide who watched the trespasser shoot.
Brian, you met dude.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Doing all right, how you doing,
What's
Brian?
going on? Not too much. So these guys either got away or they're hiding somewhere.
Right.
So,
I can take you right to where I watched him dropping.
was it a whitetail?
It looked like it. I was freaking way up there.
These guys.
10:30 this morning.
It had to be these guys.
As soon as I talked to you and watched him gut it, I started cutting across.
How long did that take before we were here? Hour? 10 minutes?
Probably an hour. Let's see.
You think those guys could have got across there in an hour?
I texted you at 10:55. That's when they had just dropped him.
They could have done that. It has to be these guys.
Okay, and you hit the front leg was shot.
The front leg.
They shot about
around
20 times at it.
And yeah.
Well, the only weird thing is that they said they saw somebody shooting too.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shooting, but maybe that was part of their story. I don't know. I have a hard time believing it's those guys, though.
I mean, I don't know who else it could be. I think it was those guys. Because they knew they weren't supposed to be over there. I'll bet you what they did is they wounded it, it went over there, they went and got it, and tried to get back, and that's what happened.
It could be.
So I gotta go find them. I'm sure it's them, guys. I just believe it was. I don't think there's any way anybody could get out of here any other way.
Where would they go to? There's no rig here.
It was them. And the one guy didn't say a word, which I thought was a little odd.
Okay.
So we'll just see. We'll get it figured out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up.
No problem. I like to come up and learn the country.
With no other leads, Warden Goalie wonders if the men he confronted earlier might not have been telling the whole truth.
Okay, yeah, we're in a bad mood. We just got duped by a couple of old men in a blue Jeep. They played it real smart. They got away from us.
You're gonna have to tell me that story.
Oh yeah, we got it on film, getting duped. That's the bad part. We documented it.
Goalie heads west to assist Warden Dave Holland near Augusta.
So this is where the elk shootout is. What a backdrop, huh? Welcome to Montana. Come out hunting and fishing into Montana. I'm telling you, we got it all.
The wardens watch as several groups of hunters stalk the herd. The situation is primed for a shootout, which could lead to overlimits and crippled animals. Lavina, Montana. At Region 5, state game wardens Kevin Holland and Lee Burrows are hunkered down on a stakeout. They're using an elk decoy to try and catch illegal shooters. Not long after setting it up, the wardens watch a truck stop and the driver pulls a rifle.
Okay.
Wardens move in to confront the shooter.
Just realized I'm supposed to be 100 yards off the road, right?
Well, a couple things. They're actually in the roadway, looking at where you're standing.
Yes, sir.
And you don't have any hunter orange on.
Oh.
So.
Yes, sir.
Do you have?
I got my hunter orange right in my pack.
Do you have your permission slip for the block management?
Yes, sir.
We'll look at that too.
I just picked up.
Very good. the back. And a driver's license too, if you have it, Derek. Let me take a rough measurement from here to the middle of the road. I just want to, here's where you were standing, just let me take a rough measurement here.
Screwed up.
2, 3.
Don't do that.
That was 10 steps, which is roughly 30 feet. What I would like you to do, are you good at backing up a vehicle or not?
Oh yeah.
If you could back up and head over there, we'll meet you back by the shed.
Yep.
The wardens moved the man and his truck away from the decoy behind the barn. After checking for warrants, Warden Holland writes a ticket.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a ticket for not wearing hunter orange. You have permission, so you're okay there. You are technically within the road right away, but you were very close. So I'm going to give you a written warning on that.
The hunter admits he knew he wasn't following the rules, so he takes the ticket and warnings as tough medicine. But suddenly, the wardens hear another truck. Warden Burrows sneaks around the barn and spots 2 hunters already out of the truck, and their guns are aimed at the decoy.
Hey!
The wardens move in.
Morning. I'll take a look at your license. You got permission?
Yeah, we got it on the dash there. Permit. For either sex.
I'll go check your permission slip. Okay. You both signed in?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What I'll have you guys do is just pull in here, and I want you to go down around and park in front of that hangar, and I'll visit with you over there. All right?
Turns out the wardens have set up on a busy hunting spot.
Good job getting permission and stuff, and I see you had your hunter orange on, so that's good. You were kind of close on shooting from the road. You know, you did get out of your vehicle and you got off the road, but you were right kneeling in the borrow ditch. So I'll have Warden Holland just issue a written warning. Does that sound fair?
The 15-year-old took the shot too close to the road. He receives the written warning.
This is the statute number, unlawful hunting from public highway / right-of-way. It's just a written warning saying that you shot from the road. Not a big deal. This is early in your career. This is a good education. We'll talk to you later. you don't want to. That's okay.
Actually, he talked about this might be a good job for him, but he doesn't know if he'd like it or not.
Well, what do you think now? It's fun. It is exciting. It is fun. It's something. The way I view this job is I am the voice for those that don't have a voice. The animals that can't speak for themselves.
Do you guys ever go to hunt, actually?
Oh yeah, we do. All my co-workers in the region, we've all been out hunting. We've all gotten deer, elk, pheasant. We find our time.
Well, that's good.
Well, enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Yep.
With their decoy out in the cold and no traffic, the wardens blow off a little steam.
No.
That's moving. I'll make her shake her head. No, don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Another truck pulls in and the driver spots the decoy.
If you can move the head, now's the time to do it. They're thinking they're making their decision right now.
Augusta, Montana. In Region 4, Warden Brian Goley teams up with Warden Dave Holland to keep an eye on hunters as they sneak in on a giant herd of elk.
A 100 yards, isn't it?
With the wind, that's going to be a difficult job, the way they're doing it.
They should have came down. It's going to be a crosswind. Oh, they got him now.
A hunter shoots and the elk scramble. Now the wardens try to follow the giant herd.
I can't believe they never killed any. Yeah, that was not good. There's a lot of shooting, and I only saw one elk with the blood on it. Yeah, they look like they're really going to move now. They're not going to stop. Once you get them going in this high wind, they won't stop.
Yeah, I just think that the way you followed me in, I'm going to go this way, and then I'll end up down there at that intersection.
With 250 plus head of elk stampeding across the countryside, surrounded by hunters and fenced ranch land, this herd could panic, trying to circle back, wreaking havoc, destroying fences, and spooking livestock.
Well, it's about 200, maybe 300 head of elk out here on the flats off the Rocky Mountain front. So a lot of hunters getting opportunities at them, but it's kind of difficult because the wind's blowing and the elk are in such a big group. There's so many eyes, it's hard to sneak up on them.
Goalie positions himself ahead of the herd.
I'm predicting they come right over the top of this knob. Listen for the fence and watch the cows, they'll tell you.
Now, wardens need to keep the herd from trampling hunters in nearby cattle lots.
They're right over the hill from you.
Should I get out of the way and let them cross? I think that we're gonna get run over.
They're gonna pass to your right. They're coming over the top of the hill. You should see them any second. You gotta move farther. Yeah, keep going down the road.
I'm doing a 15-point turn. There they are, right there. Yeah, they're heading to the fence right now. Yeah, they ripped this whole fence out up here. I don't know. You better tell the landowner.
In Montana, herds often move through private property, literally shredding fence lines. The Rocky Mountain front, known as the crown of the continent, stretches over 200 miles from southern Alberta into Montana. This largely undeveloped landscape hosts all of the wild animals encountered by Lewis and Clark, with the exception of bison. It is truly a gem of Montana. With no time to spare, the wardens maintain radio contact. The elk continuing west, goalie warns nearby motorists.
We got a very large group of elk coming across the road, so we don't want to disturb them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you'll be able to, they're just right there. See right through the corner? Yeah, so we just don't want to scare them. Are you hunting them?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's a wounded one in here too. We'd like to get that.
Crippled bull?
No, it's a cow shot in the butt. Yeah, I can just start to see their heads past this big knob here. They're coming. They got a fence to come over. Yeah, I got a guy over here. If he gets, he's gonna get his elk, and then if we can have him shoot that wounded one, if it works out, great. If not, we'll just let her go.
Jason has 2 hunters here that we met on the road. He's gonna load them up. Once they cross the road, he's gonna try to shoot a bunch. Just hold your guy up till they cross, but they don't turn around and run back.
The job of the wardens in a moment like this becomes very complex. They have to balance protecting the animals, the rancher's property, and the right to hunt on public land.
Yeah, our guy's gonna ease up. I got a couple of ladies behind us. We're gonna hold them back.
Yeah, just tell them not to go get too crazy. I don't want to turn themselves for them.
My hunter's pushing it. Yeah, I'm worried my hunter's a little more aggressive than your hunter's. My hunter's pushing it too bad. I don't know why he's so close to him, but he's gonna mess this up, I think. Oh no.
Back in Region 2, Warden Ezra Schwam pulls over after spotting 2 bird hunters parked along the highway.
What is that? Ooh, hunt without permission, guaranteed. How we doing? Couple geese. You guys got permission?
Yeah.
From Phil?
Yeah, they're my aunt and uncle.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
Marshall.
Okay. What's that?
Marshall Bull.
Hey, come here.
Yeah.
All right. Couple ducks.
Yeah.
Is this all you got here? Couple mallards.
Yeah. Had to come back because our bird dogs don't retrieve. Get my waders. I'll go up to them and sniff them. Be like, what do you want me to do now?
They won't bring them back, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just check your bird licenses and. All right.
Take it out of
No,
there.
that's fine. I can get it for you.
Both men produce hunting license, but the warden realizes one isn't hunting legally.
Do you have your federal stamp there, Thomas?
My what?
You got your federal duck stamp?
Isn't it on there? I got the migratory.
Yeah, you need a federal duck stamp. You got to have the state one and the federal one.
Hunting without a federal migratory license carries a fine of $135. Wardens can confiscate birds.
We're not.
Oh, you do?
We can only sell our state one. We can't sell federal.
I apologize. I didn't know that.
Well, you know, it's not axe murders or anything like that, but unfortunately, you know, you got to have the licenses.
You're watching Wardens only on Outdoor Channel. Today on Wardens, Region 5 game wardens have a hot spot for illegal shooters trying to take advantage of an easy elk. They've had several taking shots at their elk decoy. In Region 4, Warden Goley is dealing with a huge herd of elk with hunters putting pressure on. And now in Montana's Region 2, State Game Warden Ezra Schwalm questions a waterfowl hunter after spotting him along the highway.
You got to go to the post office to get the federal one. We're not.
Oh, you do?
We can only sell our state one. We can't sell federal.
I apologize. I didn't know that.
Okay.
While the man has a Montana license, he's missing a federal duck stamp.
You know, unfortunately, I got to write you a ticket for it, okay?
Okay.
Because you don't have it. It's 50. Oh, you mean the ticket?
The ticket.
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. I don't check a lot of duck
Do I
hunters.
have to show up
you
to
know?
it?
No.
I live in Kalispell.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have to show up, okay?
Okay.
You can mail it in.
Pretty new to this, and I figured I got my bird stamps and it's good to go.
I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
All right, let me scratch the paperwork out.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
All right, thanks, man. Well, this is an odd one. For me, anyway. I think this is the first duck hunting ticket I've written since I've lived in Lincoln. You know, we're all humans, we make mistakes. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to, well, you know what? Actually, I'm not. You know, typically I'd have to take that hen mallard, okay? You killed the one, you were honest with me, okay, and told me that you killed the hen. You know, I'll just, you know, I'd have to get it somewhere and, you know, so you guys can go ahead and make use of that, okay? Okay, Thomas. Your information up here, okay?
Okay.
You know, date, migratory game bird offense, you know, no federal duck stamp, okay?
Yeah, okay.
It's not a mandatory appearance. You don't lose your hunting privileges, okay?
Okay.
You can mail it in and be done.
All right.
It is in Powell County, which is in Deer Lodge.
Okay.
So, you know, if you do want to go, if you do want to go in front of the judge, that's up to you, okay? You don't have to for this ticket, all right? Do you have any questions for me? Or?
No.
Okay.
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The warden ends the stop with a handshake and gets on his way.
No federal duck stamp. I wasn't sure if I'd ever write one of those tickets here in Lincoln.
Near Deer Lodge, Game Warden Joe Cambick tails a truck with a most unusual haul.
He's got Christmas trees in the back of his truck, and he's not supposed to cut them, but I don't know if it's a big deal or not. I don't know how they're handling it around the state.
As the truck stops, the warden questions the two men.
How's it going? Where'd you get the Christmas trees?
Christmas trees clear up back that way.
Okay.
So,
National Forest on the other side of the Spotted Dog. Okay, so you got permits for them?
you have to get a permit for a Christmas tree?
Absolutely you do. Nope.
Don't have one of them.
Cambick asks more questions and learns these men have several elk too.
Well, I'm more interested in the elk anyway. Let's look at those first. Well, I'll get Bruce's key from it. Okay.
We do like this area you got here. How long's Spotted Dog been a WMA?
3 years.
Okay, because we just read about it in the Bugle magazine, and it sounded like this was the first year that they opened it.
No, it was open the last 2 hunting seasons here.
Okay.
So, all right, let's see.
Yeah, watch the runners there.
Yeah, they're slick. Okay. I just need to see all these quarters. Where's the tags at?
They're tied on who knows where. That whole bag is just ahead and tied. Let's get that out of there.
That's a good idea. Okay. Whose tag is this?
That's mine. That's my tag. And this is all my elk here.
Well, it's punched for the 13th, but I've never quite seen a tag like this.
After a quick look, the warden realizes these hunters have a lot of explaining to do.
But this isn't even a tag. This is void. This isn't even an elk tag.
What is this?
That's your conservation.
Okay.
This is your elk tag. See where it says general elk license? This one says void. Okay, well.
We're done with Smokey's cell phone.
All right. Okay. Okay, I just need to see these quarters here real quick. There's a hind. That's good. Got him. Okay. That one's good, other than we just got to figure out this tagging deal. Okay, who's elk?
Poor Bruce and I got here.
Usually we're a little bit.
23rd was just a couple days
We
ago.
put a little more than one animal in this sled, so you got
Okay.
2 batches of parts here.
Where's the tags at?
Should be on the hock of one of these.
No, wait. These are the front shoulders off of the other elk.
Yeah.
On that sled.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna say after we
got to go deeper.
Yeah, you gotta go deeper in that one because of the way we loaded the sled.
Okay.
sorry about all this.
I feel better already.
There's the tag.
Okay.
Zip tag. Careful, don't turn all.
Okay. So you got yours Wednesday. No, you got yours Friday?
Yeah. Both of us got them on Friday.
Okay. And this is Bruce's.
Yeah, that's my license.
All right. You're set. Let's tag that one back up.
As he checks the other animals, the warden spots another problem.
Where's your evidence of sex attached to these? Did you do that?
They're attached.
Okay, well, I need to see that too. So where's that at? Well, I got to do my job here, guys.
What about the antlers? Aren't that proof of sex?
No. Well, yeah, it obviously is, but you got to have evidence of sex naturally attached to the hindquarters when you take them apart.
I screwed that one up on mine.
Okay.
I know that.
These hunters have several violations, and Warden Kambick suspects he's about to find more. Deer Lodge, Montana. In Region 2, State Game Warden Joe Kambick searches a trailer after spotting a party of elk hunters. The warden spots several issues, including an illegal harvest tag and no proper proof of sex on at least one animal.
And there's no evidence of sex attached to any of these?
He's got that one. There is on that one, and there is definitely on this one.
Okay, yep, I see it, I think. Okay, I'm good with that.
The warden digs through a stash of 3 elk trying to find a third legal tag.
There's a bullet hole, so we're getting closer.
Something flash white.
There it is.
we go.
Okay.
Good.
We're gonna have to find a better place for that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So this one, and so the only thing you forgot to do is leave evidence of sex attached.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't really so much, well, yeah, I forgot, and he chewed me out afterwards, so.
Remember the terrible goal of not getting blood all over the snowmobiles.
Kambick's search takes the better part of an hour before he gathers all the information he needs.
So, Randall, what I'll do with you is I'm just gonna write you a written warning for failure to leave evidence of sex attached. That way there, if you do stop into a game check station, just say, look, the game warden already checked this. And in fact, if you tell him that, here's my courtesy citation or my written warning for not leaving evidence of sex attached. He checked all the quarters and all the tags.
Okay.
Ron, with yours, I mean, you tried here, but you didn't quite get her done right.
Well, what did they put 2 pieces of paper on there to punch outs on it for?
Well, I don't know, but I mean that's big void letters right there.
I wasn't looking at it.
Well, and then now so here's my problem. I just want you to understand, put yourself in my shoes. So I come here and I look. You've been hunting for 2 weeks out here, and you kill an elk.
I hunted the one day. I got lucky.
Well, okay, you hunted the one day, but you're still packing around a general elk license. You see what I'm saying? Generally, what would happen with a fail of the tag, which is this is I would write you a citation, take your elk. And there could be other issues here. How I'll handle this, though, is I'm going to leave you keep your elk because there was an attempt. I can see if it's dark, you might screw that up, but you're still packing around an elk license after you killed one. You guys can pack this back up. I've seen what I need to see. Just make sure that just in case you do hit a check station, you have those quarters handy that they can check tags on if they want to. Now, the other thing you guys got to remember here, and I don't know if you know this or what the rule is in Nebraska. I don't care. Montana doesn't care if you're taking these heads out of here. Other states might, because of CWD.
Oh.
So you might check, because a lot of times they don't want you taking the spine or the brains out.
Okay. Have you had much in this area at all?
CWD in Montana.
Well, that's what they're saying. But we're surrounded by it, so I don't know. I mean, every other state in the Canadian provinces have it, so I don't know.
After a bit of education and warnings for the evidence of sex, Cambic issues a citation which carries a $135 fine for the illegal tag. The warden sends the Nebraska crew on its way with a little advice for next year.
So remember, next year you come back, if you want to hunt a Christmas tree, go talk to the Forest Service and get a Christmas. They're like $6.
Yeah, I figured it couldn't be bad.
Yeah, and you can't cut any trees here, even firewood here.
Yeah, we knew that.
Like I told those guys, you guys did a very good job of keeping your meat clean, and you had it all there. And I mean, other than we had to search for the stuff, but that's okay. I mean, I get paid by the hour, so I don't care how long we got to go through that trailer. You have a wonderful day. We'll see you next year, huh? Okay.
Coming up, wardens try and corner suspected trespassers.
I wonder if I can get down there quick enough.
Augusta, Montana. Along the Rocky Mountain front, hunters bump a giant herd of elk. And with the herd on the move, State Game Wardens Dave Holland and Brian Goley try to clear a path to get the herd away from fenced ranches and on to public land.
My hunter's pushing it. Yeah, my hunter's pushing it too bad. I don't know why he's so close to him, but he's going to mess this up, I think. Have those elk started over?
Yeah, that lead cow, he's across the fence now.
The wardens have some luck controlling the herd, but the nearby hunters, that's another story.
All right, now they're committed.
Finally, the herd moves and a hunter takes a shot.
He got it, shot a spike.
A hunter on Warden Holland's side takes a shot as well, but it's unclear if it's a hit.
No, I don't think he hit it. Yeah, he did. Shot his back leg off. Boy. All right, we got another wounded one.
I didn't see your...
All right, that's okay. You got that one. Still got his head up.
The hunter harvests the elk and the rest of the herd moves further west.
Two other cows that were wounded in there?
Yes. I'd go right over this hill if I was one of these hunters.
Yeah, just, shut your vehicle off and just don't chase it. Just walk up here, right up to the hill. We don't want these elk to come back this way.
After a little last-minute hunting advice from Holland, all the wounded animals are properly harvested and tagged. Warden Goley heads back to his original call.
Well, I guess. Time for me to head south. Good luck.
Warden Goley heads back to try and find trespassers accused of shooting a whitetail buck on private land earlier in the day.
Here's where they pulled in with that Jeep.
A hunting guide reported seeing two men shoot and drag a deer off private land.
And here's where they were, here's the blood.
The warden tracks the hunter's path to see if he can find evidence of an illegal kill.
Why would they drag it all the way down here unless they killed it over here? You know what I mean? that where they came through? Guy over here.
Wardens stopped and questioned 2 hunters seen in the area. After checking their story and letting them go, Warden Goalie wants to know if he let the poachers walk.
See that far coulee over there? They'd had to drag it all the way across and down this. We need a break.
And that's when he gets one. The warden spots a truck with a dead deer on top.
I wonder if I can get down there quick enough. How's it going? Yeah, I got a complaint of something happened up here earlier today, so we're trying to figure it out. You guys out hunting, huh? You got a nice deer, huh?
Yeah, my son did.
Where at? You
Black Hill.
up on tags?
Yeah, I'm Tag's son.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I'm Brian Coley.
Eric Riddle.
How you doing? I know John.
Oh, do you?
No, he's your brother?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you look like him now that you say that. Cool. Yeah, well, somebody shot a deer up here somewhere on Thomson's. You guys know anything about that? I mean, have you heard?
It could have been this one because we blew its leg off and we tracked it over there.
Ah.
That's probably what they're complaining.
Solve the problem. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk to Frank and maybe straighten it out so we don't have to worry about it anymore?
Turns out this reported deer poaching case is nothing more than a wild goose chase.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. And the saga of the white-tailed deer has been solved. Took all day, but we did it. So anyway, no harm, no foul, and I just don't want the good guys to be upset in any ways. Okay, thanks a lot, man. See you later. So the delicacy, maintaining the referee status and not making anybody mad on each side so that everybody continues to hunt is a big deal. And you know, like this is just an innocent, easy, explainable story that got totally out of control. And I mean, what are the chances of 2 people shooting 2 whitetail, a coulee apart? You know what I mean? It's just, but it happened.
Still ahead, an elk decoy lures in more shooters.
Wardens is brought to you in part by Glock, confidence to live your life.
Lavina, Montana. In south central Montana, state game wardens keep an eye on an elk decoy set up in a problem shooting area. The wardens have already nabbed 2 illegal shooters, and now they keep an eye on a suspicious looking pickup. The driver and a passenger jump out of the truck and quickly pop off 2 shots.
No shot.
Passenger.
Okay. Hey. Just have them back straight up.
How you guys doing? Other than this? Yeah. Well, obviously we got a little problem here. Your gun unloaded?
Yeah.
You got the empty from that, or did you pick it up, or is it still on the ground?
It's on the ground.
On the ground? Okay.
The wardens search for evidence of empty shells. The casings tell them exactly where the men shot.
So, I'd like you to just back up, if you could, and then go back over to the shed.
So she did not shoot from the road?
I don't think so.
Okay. So she's okay.
I think she is.
It's just the guy in the back.
The back seat passenger shot from the road, no orange.
The wardens park the truck in a safe spot and check for proper hunting license.
You've got permission, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a coupon. And then we need to see everybody's
elk license.
General elk license and your conservation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. There you go.
All right.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is the third or fourth vehicle today, so you're in good company. You're not the only ones.
Warden Burrows writes 2 tickets, one for shooting from the roadway and the other for the hunter who wasn't wearing legal blaze orange.
I'll go ahead and issue this guy a couple citations and let him get on their way. I'll explain these tickets real quick. They're misdemeanors. The actual violations that occurred here today were unlawful hunting from the public roadway. And then the second violation was fail to wear hunter orange. The fine for fail to wear hunter orange is $55, and then shoot at simulated wildlife from the public roadway is $135, and then a $50 restitution for the decoy. So has to pay for the repair. And there's a couple ways you can either. Well, it's actually shoot at simulated wildlife. It says nothing about hitting it.
This hunter accepts his citation in good humor, and the wardens send the hunters on their way.
Travel safe, folks. I appreciate it.
By early afternoon,
they're not seeing it. Are they?
They waved to us.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, word's out. I'm bored and cold. One by itself is bad. Hello, Mr. Landowner.
the wardens decide to wrap up the steam.
Last one for the day. We're gonna end on a high note. Gotta unfreeze my truck. It was a good day. We've been out here for probably 5 or 6 hours, and I think we had 3 shooters, or 3 violations, 3 vehicles, and probably 8 or 10 vehicles total. So that's 3 out of 10 we're shooting this time, today anyway. Cold day. I thought there would have been more people than there was, but you don't know unless you come out and try.
With that, the wardens head home. Tomorrow, they're back on the job. A new day, new challenges. They are the wardens. In Region 4, State Game Warden Brett Logan gets his first call of the morning.
We just got a call from Dave Holland, the warden out of Augusta. He had a bear yesterday try and get into somebody's shop by digging underneath the door. So in that case, we definitely want to remove that bear because of safety issues. He'll come back and just keep working at it until he gets in there. So Dave trapped it, and we're going to meet up with him and help him release it. We're not going to tranquilize it and put it to sleep because there's a good chance that it will get harvested within the next couple of days, and the meat won't be any good for anybody to eat for the next 30 days after we tranquilize it. So.
Logan meets fellow warden Dave Holland near the Beartooth game range. He already has the trapped bear.
So I'm just gonna drive right to, we'll release it at Willow Creek, right there at the big flat spot. So.
That works.
All right.
Follow you up there.
Yep.
The wardens want to release the problem bear a long way from where he tried to get into the house. They also hope to tag him.
We like to, every bear that we catch, we like to put an ear tag in their ear and in case they get in trouble at a later date, but where we can't tranquilize it, we can't put the ear tag in it, so we're just going to have to document what it looks like, how much we think it weighs, if there's any distinguishing marks on it, so if we catch him again, we can hopefully identify him that way. It's not all bad to not worry about making it a smooth ride for the bear.
Yeah.
Because they'll think about, oh, okay, I got in trouble, I'm in this trap, I got to stay away from trouble.
At the Willow Creek drainage, the wardens come up with a plan.
The cantankerous? Oh yeah, that's a big bear.
I think he was gonna den in there. I got to looking around. He had like excavated out this big thing in the calving shed.
this, I'll pull down there, and we'll face him that way. He'll run down the draw. In a perfect world. Oh, yeah, in a perfect world.
They plan to use a winch to raise the trap gate from a safe distance. Warden Holland's not sure how the bear will react, but this much he knows.
They are unpredictable. I think it will. We're pretty close.
Yeah, we got it. Hey! This boar isn't happy.
So this bear, I captured it about 60 miles north of here in Augusta. It looked like he was getting ready to den up in a calving shed on a ranch. So that wouldn't be good because they're going to be using that calving shed in January, February for calving out cows. So that wouldn't have been a good mix. In our experience, you got to get a bear at least 50 miles away from where you catch it, or it just finds its way back. So we're about 60 miles south of where I caught it on the Beartooth Game Range, and we got about 25,000 acres of public land here, so hopefully he can find a new place to den up. What we're going to do is we're going to winch from inside the vehicles. So by policy, we're supposed to be inside the vehicle, so I've run my winch cable up and over to the gate, get in my vehicle, run the winch from inside. Black bears usually will, take off immediately, stop maybe 50, 60 yards away and look back. Grizzly bears have a tendency to turn. They'll attack the trap. They'll get frustrated for being in the trap for so long. So we've had incidents in the past where bears have come out, and actually back in the 80s we had a warden who was injured from a bear that came out of a trap, turned around and tried to climb up on the trap with him.
They're worried this bear could do the same.
This is a bait door. This is an older trap, so they had these bait doors to put the bait in the trap. But bears will do that. They're a pretty strong animal. He was starting to bend this bait door. He did that this morning on the way down. It is a wild animal. He may focus on, if you're standing in the back of the pickup truck, he might focus on you. He can turn and be up in the back of the truck within seconds.
Exactly why Warden Logan arms himself with self-defense spray.
It's a lot easier to hit a bear with a fog of pepper spray than it is a small bullet. So it's always good to have it handy nearby just in case.
Wardens is brought to you in part by Glock, confidence to live your life.
Columbus, Montana. Up in Region 5, Warden Paul Lukey keeps an eye on deer hunters. It's the early season and not everyone's supposed to be hunting the woods yet.
Well, we're just going to pull down here. You see some campers. A lot of times people will, during the big game season, they'll camp for a few days in campers and hunt out of here. It's a little piece of public property. And there's a perfect example, a couple deer hanging up right there. So we're gonna go check some tags and just make sure everything's legal. Fish and game, anybody home? Anybody home? Game warden?
Yeah, just a minute.
Okay, take your time. Are these your deer out here? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go look at them, all right?
It appears the campers harvested 2 young bucks.
Check some deer at least. Oh, nice little white-tailed deer. We had a youth season the past couple days, so these are likely going to be check the licenses. Hopefully their birth dates are fairly young.
Almost immediately, the warden spots a problem.
So they put we don't do does and buck licenses. We do antlered and antlerless, and an antler is considered 4 inches or less. That one is well, 7.5 inches long right there. So that's somewhat of a problem right there. How are you?
A woman tells the warden the men and boys are still out hunting.
Were you hunting with them yesterday, or were they on their own? With their dad, or?
Both their dad.
Okay, yesterday. What's the story on this little buck here?
He's a 13-year-old.
Uh-huh.
But his still okay.
Okay. Not for a spike. It has to be less than, it has to be 4 inches or less. And this one is 7.5 inches long. So that's a problem, not necessarily a problem to make a big deal out of, but let me check something else.
The woman says a 13-year-old harvested the illegally tagged buck.
Yeah, I'm just looking in some regs here to just double check that tag number.
After a little more research, Lukey decides on a game plan.
Oh, you just getting your jacket? I know, it just get windy and nasty. There is an issue with that deer. I mean, it has to be less than 4 inches long, and that's 7.5 inches long, so it's a problem. But I'm not gonna do anything about it right now because I know you're not the one necessarily responsible for it. I mean, it was your son who shot it and his dad or whoever was with him. I'm gonna give you my card with my cell phone number on it.
Okay.
When they get back, I mean, I have to address it. I'm not usually in the business of, writing kids tickets and doing that type of thing, but it is technically illegal right now, so it has to be, something will have to be done. I'll decide, no matter what, just tell them not to worry, I'll be fair. Make sure they call me as soon as they get back. If they don't get me, just leave me a message. And just tell them, I just don't want that going to the processor before I get a chance to talk with them.
Oh,
okay. And the issue is the guy put a antlerless tag on that deer. Antlerless by definition in Montana is less than 4 inches measured. That one was 7.5 inches. So it's quite a bit over what they're allowed to have. So we'll have to address it later, but they're all still out hunting. And I'm not going to confiscate that right now. It's likely going to result in a citation, not necessarily for the kid, but at least for the parent, if he's willing to admit that he had the kid take the shot at it.
Straight ahead. There we got it. Hey, wardens have their hands full with a problem bear. Holter Lake, Montana. In Region 4, Wardens Dave Holland and Brett Logan get ready to release a problem bear trapped on a ranch. Although this big boar appears calm, he acts up as wardens prepare for the release.
It's a lot easier to hit a bear with a fog of pepper spray than it is a small bullet. So it's always good to have it handy nearby just in case.
They are unpredictable.
The bear takes a quick sniff and runs.
That's a big bear. Bear gone. He's running out there.
It's a good direction, Region 3.
This bear avoids the wardens and heads out into the Beartooth Game Range's 25,000 open acres, where the wardens hope he'll stay out of trouble.
All right, I'll let you guys go first so you can get a jump on him.
All right, well, we'll see you later. Give us a call if you need anything. Yeah, went good. He's gonna head off. He's probably gonna head down to the lake and get some water and start looking around for some more food, probably. Looked like he was pretty healthy. So he'll probably make the Beartooth his home this year.
150 miles to the southeast. Over in Region 5, Warden Paul Lukey patrols a popular deer hunting area. Out on public land, he spots a hunter.
I'll jump out and talk with this guy real quick just because he's walking down the road. Oh. Now this is the most inefficient method of road hunting I've ever seen.
No, isn't that something? I'm just packing one of the guns back because my son shot a
little buck up here.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
That piece of Carter's that goes out.
Up on the hill, up on this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turns out the hunter has a problem.
There are too many bucks. Have you guys checked it out?
It's too many bucks?
The buck to doe ratio's hosed up, man.
Huh. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody complaining about that.
Isn't that something? Well, yesterday, because they were on the youth hunt yesterday, way out in that far corner, they got 2 bucks out of 7. There were 7 over there.
Okay.
We just saw probably 8 or 9 more over here. And then over on that hill over there, there's at least 1 that we can see.
Your last name's not is it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just talked to your wife.
Oh, did you?
Yep. And so you have 3 sons?
Yes.
Oh, okay. A younger son. Well, actually, I'm glad I ran into you because we were just going to go back. We're talking about going back and meeting with you later. There was a problem with that smaller buck, the spike buck.
Oh.
The problem being, in order to put an antlerless tag on it, they have to be less than 4 inches. And that one was 7.5 inches long.
I've got a video of it here. We couldn't see. We just saw the one little horn.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see that it had larger horns.
Did you guys measure it or think maybe that it was going to be a little bit too long?
Well, and see, that's the thing. I read it said 4 inches, and I wasn't sure if it was both of them had to be 4 inches or.
I'm pretty sure either. So even if it just has 1, that needs to be 4 inches. So, because sometimes they're all different. I didn't measure that second one. We can go back and measure, but I imagine that one's probably.
It's right at. Probably real good. I didn't measure it either.
Yeah. Were you with your boy when he shot it?
Yes.
Okay. Did you?
I have to admit it.
Did you basically let him? I mean, was it your idea?
I told him to put the tag on there. It's
to
my
shoot?
fault.
Okay.
My fault.
And the reason why I'm getting at that is I don't like to ruin it for kids, and I try very, very hard not to write little kids tickets. There's really never a reason to do it. So anyway, fish and game law is just snowballs so bad.
Right.
So I mean, technically, there's an over limit. There's some illegal possession. There's killing 2 bucks, but I think we can settle it very easily by letting him keep his bigger buck.
Okay.
And I can actually, the law would allow me to write you a citation, and I'll write you the smallest citation that I'm legally allowed to do, and then you just lose that spike, and nobody loses privileges or anything like that. And so for me, it's more of a technicality, but I can't let it go because it's like otherwise people will just say, well, just shoot it, and if it's longer than 4 inches, call the game warden, you'll just give us a warning.
Yeah.
So
the hunter agrees to meet the warden back in camp.
Yeah, I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I'm still kind of thinking there might be some high grain involved in that, and that's just kind of the way you think after doing this for a few years. He was very nice, but the fact that they shot that buck first, the little one, they could have just put the A tag on it. It was very obvious to me that it was more than 4 inches. I mean, 4 inches is that long, and that thing was that long. So I don't know. I feel okay about writing them a citation. I think they have one coming. They kind of elected not to put that A tag on their antlered deer tag, which they could have, or they could have called me knowing there's a problem, and they kind of decided to go for it. So they got a ticket coming. Not the case of the century, but you got to do what you got to do.
Still ahead. Hunters blow past a state game check station. And wardens give chase. Near Augusta, Montana. In Region 4, state game wardens set up a hunter check station along the Rocky Mountain front.
We got a check station up on Highway 200, kind of targeting the traffic going westbound.
Hunters legally have to stop at the check stations, but wardens know not everyone follows the rules.
Well, there's the spotter, and he's the forward observer that calls out the vehicles that are coming into the check station, trying to tell which ones should be stopping.
They're looking for any kind of probable cause that looks like a sportsman, whether they're in camouflage, orange, they have a dog box, a freezer. If they run the check station and they have that PC, we have chase vehicles on the other side, and then those vehicles, pull them over and interview these sportsmen to see if they have been hunting, and if they have, they come back through our check station. If not, we send them on their way.
Sometimes, instead of going past the check station, we'll have what we call a short stop. And as soon as they see the signs, immediately they'll pull over. More than likely because they have something illegal in the back they didn't tag, or they have the tag in their pocket and they want to put it on.
Or, you know, we've had drinking and this is a public highway and they're hiding those things from us. They don't know where to stop. You know, it could be as innocent as that. So
it happens at just about every major check station that we run. Somebody will short stop and try and fix whatever they've done before they get to us.
Wardens start their check.
how are ya?
Good.
Where'd you guys go?
Over by Vaughn.
Oh yeah?
Friends over there.
How'd your dog do?
Oh, he's great. He's starting to get a little blind, a little deaf.
Oh.
His nose still works.
These bird hunters harvested pheasants. Wardens checked their bird count and their hunting license. Everything checks out.
Is this conservation? I'll give that back to you. And then this is just one?
Yeah, the other two are back there.
Okay, I'll let you put that back in there. And you got two, Wendy? Let's see what the young one looks like. I've never seen him. He's just changed.
When they got long curly spurs on him, you know, that's an old guy.
Difference there. That's
this. Your bird?
This bird's over a year old.
Yeah, he's a good.
You can tell by the weight of the beak.
You hold the beak, and if they break, if their own body breaks it, then it's over. Then it's not over you. If their beak can hold their own weight, then it's over you.
Okay, well, have a good trip back.
Thanks guys. Drive safe.
A black Honda SUV with a tumbleweed stuck in the grill. Looks like he might have had a green cooler in the back, but I'm not entirely sure.
Spotters keep an eye on traffic. Soon enough, a warden calls in a suspicious-looking truck.
And 10-4.
Seconds later, the truck speeds past Warden Logan.
10-4, we're going to be on that black truck.
Back in Columbus, Game Warden Paul Lukey meets hunters in camp where he discovered an illegally tagged spike buck.
You're back.
Yeah.
All right.
We got him right over there.
You got the deer's over there? Okay. Well, thanks for taking care of that. I appreciate that. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get your driver's license and I'll just write you the ticket, and basically it's an accountability ticket. Just your driver's license will be fine. All right, well, I appreciate your demeanor and all this. It makes my job easier.
The warden decides to avoid a confrontation around the young hunters.
Just like we explained, we're just gonna do exactly what I said I was gonna do. Solicitation, which is command, encourage, facilitate, that just allows me to write somebody else because your boy is not really responsible for it. That wouldn't be fair to him. Encourage or command 13-year-old son to it, violate 876201, which is the actual violation of putting antlerless whitetail license on buck whitetail. Bond's 135. We talked about what happens to the deer. Any other questions?
I will say I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, luckily we have what they call discretion, so we don't have to write every single ticket that there is. We save those for the people that really, truly deserve them, you know. And so, anyway.
After writing a ticket, the warden confiscates the deer and moves on to the next call. Later, the Montana game wardens take down poachers.
Let's see your hands. Get your hands up. Get them up.
Today, state game wardens Brett Logan and Dave Holland captured a nuisance bear. They've relocated it to the Beartooth game range. The release went off without a hitch. In Region 5, Warden Paul Lukey has stumbled onto an illegal deer hanging from the meat pole in a camp near Columbus.
7.5 inches long right there, so that's somewhat of a problem right there.
And now in Montana's Region 4, state game wardens check hunters at a mandatory game check along Montana's Highway 200. Warden Brett Logan watches a truck blow by the checkpoint and gives chase.
We're going to be on that black truck. How are you guys doing today?
There we go.
you?
Not too bad. Brett Logan at Game Warden. We were just doing a check station here and we saw you had a camo shirt. Have you guys been hunting at all?
Yeah, we were hunting.
Were you?
Don't have any birds.
Don't have anything?
No.
Okay, do you know the laws about stopping at check stations?
No.
Okay, whether you have anything or not, you still need to stop. Yeah, if you got your guys' license handy, what I'll have you do though is if you can pull off a little bit farther, if you wouldn't mind me checking through the back of the truck just real quick. Have been hunting, they just said they don't have anything, so we'll check their licenses real quick and look through the back of the truck just to make sure, so. Where were you guys hunting at?
These bird hunters tell the warden they didn't know they needed to stop since they have no birds in the truck. The warden checks the truck and their licenses.
You don't have any birds, nothing in the cooler?
Nothing for deer.
Okay, nothing in the toolbox, no birds or any game to show? Okay, so what's gonna happen is a written warning today for passing the check station. So let me punch that out real quick and we'll get you guys on your way, okay? Thanks, guys.
In Montana, all hunters must stop at check stations. Warden Logan takes care of the paperwork.
All right. Like I said, this is just a written warning. Just saying that you failed to stop at a check station after hunting. So in Montana, on your way to and from hunting, even if you don't get anything, just swing in and say, we don't have anything. We might still check the back of the truck or the coolers or something, but show us your licenses and we'll get you on the way. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Oh, you're fine. The black truck with the Missoula plates, they were hunting. I just got them a CC. They'll be leaving. A little bit of education. A lot of people don't understand that even if you haven't been hunting on your way to and from, if you pass the check station, you still need to stop and let us know you haven't got anything. If you have coolers, open up the coolers and just make sure so we keep everybody honest and on the same page.
Just south of the check station, Warden Joe Cambick sets up a second crew on a nighttime patrol.
Have you been having some spotlighting calls coming in?
My landowner who you're on told me that there's been a lot of traffic and that's what they've been looking to do is shoot something easy.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the other end, they're always spotlighting activity there, and it's always with a big bunch of elk that come down about an hour after dark. I'm gonna take one group down by Warm Springs and set you guys up there. Bart's gonna take the other one. It's just right on the other side of town here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go grab my decoy, and Terry and I and Bart will zing up dry cottonwood.
Okay.
There's been probably 200 elk that have just been sitting right there on the side of the road.
Okay.
The team plans to split up and set multiple decoys in a problem area. The wardens want to catch the hunters who have been shining deer and elk and poaching them after dark.
Well, the plan is we've got 3 different groups of game wardens out. We've got teams of 3. We're all going to be running decoys, all on separate ends of this valley. And then about 9 o'clock, we're going to put a plane in the air, and the plane is going to cruise back and forth through the valley looking for spotlights. We're going to have game wardens on every end of this valley creeping around here, so the bears and the wolves aren't the scary things out. It's going to be us tonight.
Right at sunset, Team 1 sets up their decoy.
I think they're going to be moving pretty quick through here too. Yeah, it's going to have to come way down here. What do you think? This is not the easiest fence to get across.
The wardens need to get tucked away before anyone sees them.
We're going to be down here somewhere.
We'll just hunker down. We're going to have to be down because they're going to be shooting right above us.
Across the valley, Cambick's crew focuses on elk hunters.
I wish you could move a real elk like that easy. All right, Jimmy, it's a big old bull. We're gonna get down in here. We gotta go hide trucks first.
The Wardens stash their trucks a quarter-mile down the road and the lights go dark. Just minutes later,
Coming down if you don't see it.
Got it.
the Wardens spot headlights.
My thing ain't working. My head quit working. This is not good. I know that it ain't working. I can't get it to work from here.
In Montana's Region 4, state game wardens set up a mandatory check station. All hunters must stop for inspection.
Morning, guys. Just going to the check station today, checking all the license and whatnot, seeing if you have any game.
All I have is a whitetail buck I shot with my bow about a week and a half ago.
It's in the back here?
Yeah, just the head tag on.
Gotcha. If you don't mind shutting off the vehicle real quick and hopping out and showing us?
Yeah, no
Perfect.
problem.
This hunter says he shot a buck using his bow.
South of Cascade is where I was at yesterday, but didn't get anything. I got this. I've been out all last week.
Yeah.
Elk hunting over in the same area, and I shot this whitetail buck.
And where'd you get him up at?
I got 445, same area I was antelope hunting in.
All right.
And archery elk hunting last week.
Yeah, it's always a fun battle to try to get it out there without destroying it, huh?
Oh, you got it processed.
Yeah, I do all my own butchering. And
This hunter's harvest checks out. Suddenly, wardens watch as a second vehicle stops short of the checkpoint.
We might have a short stop.
Back on the nighttime patrol, wardens watch a potential poacher shine their elk decoy. Right as the truck stops,
My head quit working. This is not good.
the warden's remote-controlled decoy stops working. The driver seems to be leery and moves along.
He was just looking straight into the woods. I think if I could have got that head to turn, it would have been a good deal. I'm gonna go check it out and see what the problem is.
Too bad we couldn't make our elk go. Give him the Opa Gangnam style. Let me turn him on. He's a little slow.
While the wardens troubleshoot their broken decoy, Team 1 spots another truck. It appears the driver spotted their buck decoy.
2827. What the heck's this car doing? I think they're taking pictures of it.
It looks like the driver decided to stop and take a picture.
How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just a decoy.
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
Oh, okay. We'll have you probably move on now, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for not shooting it.
Sorry, please.
Yep.
With teams continuing their ground search, they also look to a higher power. Up in a spotter plane, another warden watches for spotlighters. Suddenly, the flight team spots a light.
Yeah, we got one vehicle moving slow. We haven't seen any light shining out of it yet, but they're stopping and going over here on the north end of the prison ranch. We're just north of the prison.
Warden Cambick makes a spur-of-the-moment call and has a decoy team get into position ahead of the suspicious truck.
All right, copy. We are almost in position. If he starts coming back to the south, let us know.
Cambick thinks the eye in the sky might be watching a poacher.
Yeah, 10-4, just FYI, I will keep an eye on this one. They're still up in the trees, Joe, but they're working their way back.
We may just be able to pull this off.
The team sets up and wires their decoy in complete darkness.
This is good. This is good stuff, Terry. They're on the road we came up, and there's no reason for them to go up this way.
Yeah, 10-4, they were just stopped there for a little bit.
It appears that they're probably up to no good.
Seconds later, the team spots the truck.
Disengage! Stop your truck!
On foot, the wardens can't stop the driver. He races away, not knowing a second security team has him pegged.
Let's see your hands. Get your hands up. Get them up.
In Montana's Region 4, wardens stop vehicles at a mandatory game check station.
We might have a short stop.
Back at the checkpoint, Warden Brett Logan watches a truck stop short. Often that signals someone who might be trying to dodge the law.
How are you guys today? Good. Well, we just running a check station down here and we saw you turn in and have the dog box. We were wondering if you were a hunter or something.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, are you? Good, okay. Sometimes when people do that, it means they're throwing birds in the ditch or throwing tags on stuff, so we wanted to come and check, see what was going on.
Station, it wasn't marked at all.
Sure, it is down the hill, but we got a spotter truck up the road. We didn't know if maybe you'd seen him and
Yeah, spotter truck, absolutely. I just didn't know what you guys were doing.
Sure. Do you have any birds or anything with you?
We don't. We shot one hun, and we got probably 4 pheasants, and I got that hun.
Are you just taking a nap? Is that what you're gonna do?
I was
okay.
gonna pull over at Bowman's and just kind of missed the corner, so I said I got to snooze.
Sure, I got you.
Driving into the sunlight.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Getting warm. You had a long hunting trip. Dog's all taking a nap. Do you mind if we sneak a peek through your cooler real quick?
No, go ahead.
Thanks.
The warden checks out the truck for anything suspicious. Logan also makes sure the man's story adds up and checks his hunting license. After a quick peek, this hunter appears to be following the law.
Cool.
All right, man, thanks.
Yeah, well, we'll be by in a little bit, probably 15 or 20 minutes.
Well, since I checked you here, don't even worry about stopping.
Right on.
Take a nap. Thanks. He was taking a nap, had a long weekend of hunting, and didn't have any birds. He ate them all, so no violations.
With sunset coming, the wardens wrap up the stop after discovering only a couple of problems.
All in all, it went well. Got a few citations, a few written warnings.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
All right.
Wind's hosting tomorrow. Put it here,
Over in the Deer Lodge Valley, a nighttime poaching sting takes a serious turn after wardens spot a truck nearing their decoy.
Disengage! Stop your truck! Get your...
And the driver flees as wardens close in.
Let's see your hands. Get your hands up. Get them up. So what are we out doing tonight?
We're just taking a little booze cruise.
A little booze cruise? Doing a little drinking? Yeah. A little shooting? Okay. All right. What kind of weapon do you have in there?
I have a 300 Weatherby and then this pistol that I shot.
Okay. You shot that with a pistol?
I didn't.
Who did?
fellow in the back seat.
How did he do that from the back seat?
Hung out the window.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Okay. Well, these guys watched it, so they're going to be able to tell me. So you're telling me you didn't do it? Okay. I want you to stand right in front of your vehicle, right here. Who is the shooter?
The driver.
The driver says that a rider in the back seat pulled the trigger, but wardens know this story doesn't add up.
You were the shooter?
I'll take the blame for it.
No, I don't want to take the blame. I want to know who the shooter was. I don't see how he could have hung out over all these girls and by you. You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to lie. I just want to get big trouble for this.
Okay, well, if you want to lie, that's how you're going to get yourself in big trouble. But if you want to be honest, then we'll deal with it that way. So you shot the gun right out the driver's side window. That handgun right there. Okay.
The shooter faces serious fish and game violations, and now wardens think this case could quickly become very serious.
How much did you have to drink tonight?
5, 6 beers.
5, 6 beers. Are you okay to drive?
Yeah,
we're going to find that out, aren't
we? Wardens is brought to you in part by Glock, confidence to live your life.
Deer Lodge, Montana. State game wardens have their hands full on a late-night poaching sting. Wardens stopped this man after he shot their remote-controlled decoy with a handgun. Now they suspect he might be drunk.
Have you killed anything yet this year?
Yeah, I killed a deer.
Buck or a doe? So you thought you'd get yourself a second one?
Just being stupid, sir.
Okay. Well, I like your honesty.
Wardens discover beer and alcohol in the truck, and the warden smells alcohol on the driver.
Is your conservation and elk license in here?
I think it's conservation is enough.
So you know what you did wrong here?
Yes, I do.
We have a real problem with spotlighting out here, and as you can see, we take it pretty seriously. Well, let's see what this is. I don't need that. All I need is right here, man. All right, why don't you come back over here again? Get a step away from the truck. Done anything like this before?
I have never.
Never poached a deer out of the spotlight, anything like that? Got any warrants out for your arrest? Okay, because I'm going to check. Okay.
Wardens call the sheriff to assist with the drinking charge. While they wait for him to arrive, wardens address the shooting charge.
204 FG 210. Can I get a 29 when you're ready to copy? The county's coming out anyway. They asked if I wanted to come out, and I said, well, yeah, you might as well. He can deal with all the minors in possession, and if he's 1061 or whatever.
Okay.
All right, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go ahead and cite you for shooting that deer in the headlights, okay? I'm gonna write that up, and then as soon as I'm done with that, we're gonna have a little chat, and I hope you learned a lesson. Ever gonna happen again?
No, this is dumb.
Okay.
I knew right when I shot it, it was a stupid idea. I didn't see it moving. I'm like, yeah, they're coming.
So you were gonna run from us, right? You were just gonna pull up here and wait?
Yeah.
You couldn't have got far, right?
I seen, oh, it's a decoy. They're gonna come out of nowhere in a second.
All right, well, hang tough for me, man. I'm gonna be right with you. Just finish this paperwork up.
I won't get in trouble though, yeah? If I totally pee right now, I'm not getting in trouble, right?
What's she doing?
She's got a pee.
Oh.
The local deputy arrives.
How are you doing this evening?
Not too bad, real
good, good.
A field sobriety test reveals the man's had way too much to drink.
I'm going to talk to the warden here and see if he's done with you. And then we'll go from there. All right? Hang tight.
What do you got?
It's definitely 60.
Okay. So you're going to take him in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just give him his citations before you do that then.
Tonight, he's going to jail for drunk driving. The wardens add several misdemeanor charges.
Here's your driver's license back. Your hunting license is back. These are citations for shooting that deer, okay? This is a mandatory appearance. You got to go see the judge on or before the 9th day of November. This citation here is attempt to take simulated wildlife, shooting that white-tailed deer with the use of light during a closed season, because after it's dark, it's closed season, okay? And that's that one. You already shot a deer this year. This was the attempt to take a second one, and it's the same information, also an appearance to go in and see the judge. Any questions? Alrighty, I hope to not ever have to have this conversation with you again. Okay, I appreciate it. All right, well, better luck, okay? Make better decisions. And tell your friends we don't like spotlighting out here, okay?
Turns out this man comes from a family with a long history of run-ins with wardens.
Yeah, that's a big poaching family, Terry said. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, team, that was some excellent, excellent work. It was a bad night for him, but that was a good night for the wildlife, though, because if that was a real deer, it would have died, or at least had a bullet in it.